Happy Monday, everybody. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood Conservative, and this is your Hollywood Minute. Many of you probably know the man who a lot of people refer to as VDH, Victor Davis Hanson. He is a historian, he is a political analyst, and just all around extremely intelligent person, probably one of those national treasures of current times, and he's wonderful. Anyway, he tweeted out something, I believe that this was this morning, talking about the fact that there are only two things that can stop the re-election of Donald Trump, especially after the disaster that we saw for Joe Biden last week. The special counsel's report, Robert Hur, basically saying that Joe Biden, in fact, did break the law, but that if he went to trial and stood before a jury, that they would be sympathetic to him because he is essentially an enfeebled old man who has a bad memory. So that was probably the worst case scenario for him, because even if Robert Hur had recommended charges, I mean, who knows when it would have gone to trial, who knows how long it would have taken. It would have dragged out. Mainstream media would have ignored whatever was coming out of the trial. So that effectively would have been ineffective. So I think that this, again, was the worst case scenario for him. But anyway, VDH in his post said, of the two things that could stop Donald Trump, the only two things that could stop Donald Trump from being elected. One is the obvious coordinated effort of those four prosecutors, Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, Jack Smith, and Fani Willis down in Georgia. So obviously those four cases where they are trying to put him behind bars with respect to immunity in the documents case, insurrection, the civil fraud case up in New York, all of this just utter garbage and nonsense that's going on. So he goes through an entire argument as to why each of these probably won't prevail. And I tend to agree, because you're, especially down in Georgia, the mess with Fani Willis, Lordy. I think that she's going to be forced to recuse herself and possibly be disbarred or worse, because that's just absolutely, it's insane what she has done. It is malfeasance and it is malpractice. So all Trump has to do is these three things. This is another thing that Victor Davis Hanson was saying. Enjoy the Biden doom loop and do not interrupt it. There is an old, I think it was a Chinese proverb, don't interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. Donald Trump, just let it happen. Do not say something weird or crazy enough to feed the left-wing media machine that is desperately searching for a way to stop the news of the Biden hemorrhaging. Do not appear unpalatable or toxic to independents and moderates, while whose support could give Trump an extra 3 to 4% margin, and with it some insurance over the inevitable Democrat edge in non-election day and thus verifiable voting. Instead, in a 24-hour cycle, Trump violated all three canons. So obviously over the weekend, President Trump was very out in front in public. It's forgivable. It's just kind of a blip. But from now on, I think that President Trump just absolutely needs to be extremely disciplined in his messaging, extremely disciplined in his speech and in his characterization of things, and just let Biden fall in his face. That's all that needs to happen. Lord help us if Donald Trump doesn't win in November. All right, everybody, head over to my website, thehollywoodconservative.us, sign up for my daily emails, go to my Pillow, use my promo code Hollywood. I'll see you tomorrow.